Hello and welcome to another episode of Tan Pants.
I am your host, Max, and I've got special news for you today.
And I'm your co-host, Josh.
And I'm the main host, Clay.
And I'm Isaac, the voice behind the curtain.
That's right.
He's the co-side host, producer.
No, I'm the man behind the curtain.
But we all know I'm the host.
Okay,
Sure.
fine, whatever, Mr. Host.
Maybe like a hostess cupcake.
Ouch. That was offensive.
Wow. Can you imagine anything more insecure than a Hostess cupcake? I mean, if you look at that Hostess cupcake, you're like, imagine it personified. It has to be the most scared, little, insecure little muffin ever.
No, man, I bet you he's like fired up.
Maybe.
He's like, I'm the best.
Man. Speaking of insecure, Max, what have you brought to the
You
podcast?
can't just. I'm not answering you. You can't just lead with speaking of insecure and expect me to pick up right there like I'm stupid.
I thought of that earlier today. Like, I want to lead, like, have that be a segue. Speaking of insecure,
You said no.
I did. I thought of that today.
It's a good.
All right, then I'll own it. Not owning being insecure. I'll just own being
Being first.
first. That's right. I'm
Good.
first because I'm not insecure in any way. So alcohol.
Alcohol.
Alcohol is a strong thing. Envision it as an animal, and its grasps almost every creature with a powerful grasp.
So you're saying alcohol affects everything?
Yes.
Because our
Except for hamsters.
hamsters are immune to alcohol.
Well, not immune, but they're the most heavy hitters in the animal kingdom, period.
Wow.
It's me. I'm Randall the hamster. I'm a heavy hitter.
Yeah, I've got this article here talking about hamsters and the consumption of alcohol. It's the heaviest drinkers in the animal kingdom are punier than you might expect. Elephants, for an example, are massive, but they are relative lightweights.
Oh, so you call a lightweight a person who can get drunk easily, and a heavy hitter is somebody who's hard to get drunk?
Remember in Indiana
I
Jones
guess.
when the girl was fighting the man?
No.
And the girl was like, I can't beat this man physically, but I can beat him alcoholically. And so they have that drinking contest, and they kept, taking those shots of liquor.
Right.
And he ended up on the ground drunk, and she
Yeah.
was able to get away.
So elephants, they lack a gene for, alcohol metabolism. Stupid elephants. But, humans actually rank pretty high thanks to our ancestors, habit of picking fermented fruit off the ground.
Guys, this tastes better than that stuff.
Last thing you want is a drunk elephant running over your teepee or hay house.
Oh no, the drunk elephant ran over my hay house.
Man.
But to find the real champs, you have to think a bit smaller. You just put a bottle of unsweetened Everclear
What's Everclear?
on the
Is that just
cage
alcohol?
or in the cage with a bunch of hamsters, and they love it. Gwen Lupfer is a
Philosophical?
Is a
philology.
Philistine.
are you trying to say bartender?
I'm not trying to say bartender. She studies animals, all right? No.
Physiologist.
Physiologist.
You got
That's
it.
it.
Physiologist.
Nice.
Boom. Thanks, Clay. Physiologist at the University of Alaska, Anchorage, who has studied alcohol consumption in hamsters. They regularly down 18 grams per kilogram of the body weight. The alcohol equivalent of a human drinking would be 1.5 liters of 190 proof Everclear.
That's pretty.
So that's
lot.
potent stuff.
That's a lot of alcohol.
Yeah.
And how much do they drink?
18 grams of their body weight,
Huh.
which to a human, it would be the equivalent of 1.5 liters of almost 200 proof Everclear. So pretty much 100% pure alcohol. Almost.
So it's like, it's 3/4 of like a soda bottle of Everclear.
No, it's a soda bottle and then some more.
Oh, I meant like I was thinking like a 2-liter soda bottle.
Yeah, this says 1.5 liters.
Wow.
So that's
almost 2 liters.
so
Almost.
so a hamster would beat you in the alcohol game. Not that I've played it. Hamsters hoard ryegrass seeds and fruit in their burrows, and they eat this fermented store as it becomes more and more alcoholic over the winter. So the food that they store actually becomes a bit fermented.
Huh.
I guess it helps them to hibernate or something.
Are they the only animals who like make their own alcohol?
Well, think about it. Alcohol happens very naturally. As soon as you like take a grape off the grapevine and squish it, and the yeasts and stuff release into the air, it becomes fermented, like
Right.
instantly. So you leave something alone for long enough, it becomes alcoholic.
And then hamsters find it.
That's right. Given the choice between water and alcohol, they go for the booze every time. Humans have known about hamsters' affinity for alcohol since the late 1950s, when scientists in Texas found that hamsters could outdrink the common lab rat. Rats can be made to drink alcohol either by selective breeding genetic lines or by feeding them a mix of sugar and ethanol until they develop a taste for the latter. You can take a hamster right from the pet store and give it grain alcohol, says Danielle Gulick. She researches addictions and stuff, and the hamster would love it. They just all automatically take to it. They're like, oh yeah.
Wow.
As of like, if you take a normal animal and you give them alcohol, they'll be like, whoa, no, thank you.
The animal's like, wait, God said just water. The hamsters are like, he gave me a different prerogative.
So here's how they kind of went on their testing, like how much can they drink before they get drunk.
Okay.
So they can drink a lot before getting drunk. When Lupfer, L-U-P-F-E-R, Lupfer, was studying dwarf hamsters, she and her students rated the animal's drunkenness on a literal wobbling scale. They scored the hamsters from 0 for no visible wobbling to 4 for falls into side and does not get up.
And then they had them say,
Falls over drunk.
Yeah.
And then they have them say the alphabet backwards.
Yeah.
It's like, say the alphabet backwards. Nothing. Oh, no. It's drunk.
So they had previously unsuccessfully tried to track the hamsters walking by dabbling their paws in watercolor to see if they would, make the same paw prints if they were sober or drunk.
Have you ever tried
is kinda dumb.
to dab a drunk creature's hands in food coloring? I can't imagine it's easy.
Get this though. The hamsters never averaged above 0.5 on the wobbling scale. So they're always sober, even at the highest oral doses. But when Lupfer and her team instead injected the ethanol directly into the hamsters' abdomens, the animals didn't do so well. They started wobbling and falling over at much lower doses.
Max, I think I discovered the new edgy fad.
No.
People love vaccinations. We set up a bar called the Vax Bar. Like, hey, we will inject whiskey directly into your abdomen.
Yep.
And then have you walk across this food coloring and then
Sign
go
this.
into our white room and we'll see how you walk around.
Yeah,
See your
that's right.
score. When you wake up, we'll let you know, see how good.
And then when they pass out, we dress them up as a hamster and leave them in a giant hamster cage.
Oh my goodness.
And then they wake up, they think they're a hamster. They're like, yes, I can drink even more.
So when it's consumed orally, alcohol goes straight from the gut to the liver, which starts breaking down the mid-altering toxin that is ethanol. Hamsters' livers are so efficient at processing ethanol, very little ends up in their blood. But when hamsters got injected with ethanol, the substance could bypass the liver and go into the bloodstream and then their brain, hence much wobbling and falling over. So what I take from this entire study is like, these animals won't get drunk. We give them so much liquor, so much. I mean, it's just pure alcohol, and they love it, and they're laughing at us. So Let's just bypass their entire system and let's just pump those guys full of alcohol
Because they
right in their blood.
are you threatened by the alcohol drinking hamsters?
I don't know, but as soon as they start wobbling, like, aha! You wobble now, don't you? It's kind of a
The
sick.
doctor's like, I don't understand. How come you can drink so much and suffer so little? Where's the wobble?
The hamsters are sitting back. Is this all you got, man? Is this all you got?
Bring out the hard stuff. Where are the fermented berries and haze?
So it's kind of a weird scientist practice.
So hamsters, their livers are so great, they won't get. They're like, remember in Captain America,
Yeah,
you had that. He had the high metabolism.
It's like so high in their processing that it doesn't affect their bloodstream.
Yeah,
Like their liver's like, oh, no problem. Oh, no problem.
I got this.
I got this. So
So what you're saying is we should get hamster livers.
Everyone should get a hamster. I don't think they're big enough.
you might
Just
have to
get a bunch of
couple.
them.
Well, hang on. Listen,
Link them all together.
we're kind of losing sight of the proportion of alcohol here. When according to their body weight and our body weight, sure, yeah, they're able to drink more according to their body weight. According to actual real volume, we drink way more than a hamster.
Yeah, but
Hamster drinks a little bit.
it would be almost as if they drank the same because of their body weight, though.
But if they drank human level alcohol, like you force fed this poor thing enough,
They would probably die.
he would die. Yeah.
So come on, give the hamsters a break.
So if you were to put a hamster liver into your body, a little tiny hamster liver, it would get overwhelmed very quickly.
but very efficient.
It'd be you would need like 100 hamster livers, all working like daisy chained, like a server farm.
You could have PetSmart. Sir, what are you doing with all those hamsters? Don't worry about it.
It was fine.
Why
It's
do you
fine.
have
It's
100?
a science experiment.
He was like, so this lady doing this experiment, like, I mean, I would stop the experiment like, yeah, they can't get drunk. End of day. But she goes the extra mile and she says, let's try injecting it directly into their abdomens.
But this is like her job. Didn't you read like the beginning of the article?
Yeah, is it?
She's a physiology major. Up there in
I mean, what
Alaska,
else, what
all
else
cold.
is she gonna do?
She's in Alaska, for goodness sakes.
I honestly, I don't care how much alcohol hamsters can drink. It's kind of fascinating. Yeah, sure. But
I say it's fascinating. God bless you and your experiments. I really did enjoy that.
Nice.
It's fun information.
I don't think now if you're listening to this podcast and you think it's a good idea to do your own experiments and giving animals alcohol, I highly advise you not to do that.
You probably should,
Right.
but
I mean, the injecting part was a little
it's a little
extreme.
far.
It was a bit extreme.
Before you inject your pet pig with whiskey, maybe you should ask yourself, is there anything good on TV right now?
No.
No, the answer is no. So you should do it. I'm joking.
Oh, boy.
But yeah, there is nothing good on TV.
Next, we figure out how much a hamster can smoke and not get high.
Ah. Yeah, but what were the conditions of the hamsters, though? Because she said that they couldn't get enough of the alcohol,
Yeah.
but there's been experiments with rats, like the early experiments done. They'd put it in a cage, give it 2 waters, one laced with cocaine, one that's just water. It would always go for the cocaine. But then they did another experiment where they had a whole bunch of rats and they made like a little rat city paradise and then gave them the option. And they still did use the cocaine, but nowhere near as much.
Huh. Interesting.
So do they have a hamster city?
I don't know.
That's right.
The article didn't mention
So
anything about a hamster.
You're saying the rat's depression affected their decision making on, do I consume this addictive substance?
Yeah.
So
Well, I don't know if you can call it depression.
So were the hamsters unhappy? There's a question, because I mean, if you're living in Alaska and having a needle shoved into your abdomen, I would imagine you're not very happy. And like, oh yeah, give me some of that hard stuff. I don't want water today.
Well, I don't think you could blame it on depression. I think it would be more on just the crowd following. Like if most of the rats were just like going after the water rather than the cocaine water, then naturally you'd be like, oh, I guess we're going for this water, guys.
Well, there's been experiments where it's not like the cocaine just in a dish.
Oh yeah.
There's a dish of cocaine somewhere.
What are these scientists doing?
Well, they're trying to study behavior.
Scientists are doing all this cocaine, and they're like,
They're like, hey, university guy, could we get some more cocaine? The rats ate it all.
Hey, you know these. He says, you know these simple creatures. They're so innocent. Let's give them drugs.
Let's give them
And let's
cocaine.
see how much.
can you
they
supply
have.
our laboratory with lots of drugs, please?
So they had a rat living alone,
Yeah.
and they had a dish of cocaine.
Okay.
And the rat, with no stimuli, no friends, no rat family, would regularly use the cocaine.
Because it made it feel good. Do you think?
Made him feel good. And then that same rat was moved to a different area.
How do you know their liver just didn't process it really, really good?
Well, they could watch the rat and go, oh, he's high.
Oh.
Rats behave high.
They could watch it. I think they watched him like overdose.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Dude, that's sick.
Gross.
And anyway,
Sick scientists.
they took a rat who didn't overdose, who was on the cocaine, addicted to it, and put them with a bunch of other rats. And he joined like a rat family, had like a family, but he still had access to that cocaine.
Wow.
He stopped using the cocaine
Good for him.
and stayed with his family.
That's the key, guys. Family.
Family.
Family is the key.
Family.
Clay, do you have anything dark to tell us? How dark is your topic?
Not too dark.
Okay, it's pretty good.
Well, it's actually kind of dark.
Is it about drug families?
Like physically dark.
You're talking about,
Hollow Earth theory.
Maybe it depends on the kind.
I was going to say licorice.
Oh,
Nah, but mine's about alcohol as well.
Hey!
Nice.
Mine is about the Deer Terrace Pavilion.
What?
You said Deer Terrace Pavilion.
so deers can be.
Is this like an apartment complex?
I thought
No.
of a deer wearing a ski mask and a couple of baseball bats.
Yeah.
Deer terrace.
How is the deer wearing a couple of baseball bats?
Use your imagination, man.
Listen, every deer has baseball bats growing out of their heads.
Hey, this is my mind. All right.
Okay.
I can imagine
Okay.
whatever I want.
Okay.
Isaac.
Remember when we talked about that lake, that river in Hawaii that had alcohol?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, it's happened before,
Oh, yeah.
but on purpose.
Of course it would be on purpose.
Yeah.
Right.
So during the Shang Dynasty, located in Shigoe, which is in the Kui County in Hebei. There's a lot of Chinese names here.
Yeah, that totally tells me where it is.
It's in
Right.
China.
I mean, that's not like 5 random words I don't know.
I'm,
That tells me exactly
I'm
where it is. Oh,
envisioning-
yeah, Kui County. Yeah.
I'm
I know what you're
envisioning-
talking
Well,
about.
it's near the Jin Yuling
Well, that
mountain
helps.
ridge.
That helps. Thank you.
Yeah. See,
all right.
in China.
I know Ping. Yeah, he lives there.
I have a Google Maps in my mind.
But the Deer Palace Pavilion, it was built like during the Shang Dynasty, and in it they had a lake of wine and forest of meat.
Wow.
A lake of wine. Is this like a mythological thing or like a
I know
historical
a
thing?
lake of wine can't exist in nature, but a forest of meat does everywhere.
Now,
Josh, you're so smart.
now this is real.
Josh, tell me
They
where the
think-
meat trees are. 'Cause, listen, Josh said something crazy, and both of you agreed with him. So I don't know about the meat trees.
Josh disappears. And we're like, where's Josh? He's over there in the woods chewing on a couple of trees.
Gross. That's why you start forest fires.
Oh, they're trying to get the meat.
They're trying to cook all
Which
the meat.
one of these is meat?
He was talking about the animals in the forest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I get it.
We're just joking around.
All right, so it was real, kind of, maybe. We're pretty sure.
Okay.
This is one of the first like real, I'm using quotation mark, Chinese dynasty. So it was a long time ago. There technically was the Jing dynasty, but
Are we talking like 3,000 years ago or
I think-
4,000? Because I know it goes really old.
this is like between 1700 BC and 10,000 BC.
Okay,
And
so
1,000.
long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, so about 3,500, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, the Jing dynasty was older, but they didn't have a writing system, so everything is like word of mouth, and there's no real proof
Yeah.
for a lot of stuff. But this one was the first one that had a writing system. They still have like the same writing system, just about.
Hey.
That's really cool.
Yeah, well, it was a pool that they filled with wine, all for the personal pleasure of King Zhao of Zhang, and is a Chinese idiom for excessive extravagance and debauchery.
What's debauchery?
You know.
California.
Oh, okay.
Imagine California and add wine.
Okay, guys.
What, you said a pool of wine, not a river?
Yeah, it's a pool. Well, they called it a lake, but it was just a pool.
Like people hear about this lake of wine, and people come visit this. What was the guy's
just
name?
a
The
puddle.
king's name?
King Zhao.
King's out. Like, oh, we gotta go see King Zhao. He's got this cool lake. He got a lake of wine. Let's go. And they show up, and he's like in his backyard in the little hall. He's like, "Hey, friends,
Kiddie pool.
come take a dip. I'll skid over for you.
Check out this extreme extravagance.
Look at the debauchery. The level of debauchery is impressive, is it not?
He's sitting in a kiddie pool full of wine. There's a couple of cuts of meat floating in there.
Meat forest as well.
Goodness.
Over there, my meat trees. It's just like it's a dude in a tree with like a platter, like just some cold cuts.
This is getting
The
really
kiddie pool
weird.
is being in,
Extravagance, debauchery.
This is getting weird.
But the pool was pretty big, though. It was 430 feet long,
Okay,
Wow.
okay, that's impressive.
66 feet wide,
how deep?
and 5 feet deep.
Okay, that's a really big pool.
Nice. That's not bad at all. Now, it would not be hard if I am the king of China and I put a tax on wine. Like, I want enough wine to fill my pool. I think that could be that could be done.
Probably.
I think it could be done. It couldn't be done every day,
No.
but maybe every once in a while on a good day.
Yeah, I would imagine the wine would get kind of nasty.
It would, yeah. But
yeah.
Well, it's alcohol. It just kind of, I
listen,
don't know.
when you're King Zhao doing extravagance and debauchery, after a while, you lose the sense of this wine is starting to taste kind of bad, y'all. You don't care because you're not a hamster. You're drinking all that wine. It's affecting your decision-making abilities.
That's right.
Yeah, I said it like they kind of knew it was real, but kind of not because they couldn't find it. But they found it in 1999.
Oh, wow.
The perfect year to find the giant wine pool.
That's when I was born, too.
That's the reason Max was born.
Max is born for that reason.
They're like, we found the pool of wine, and then Max
Max
is
was
like,
born.
I am here.
That's right. That's my pool. Stay away from it, you debaucherists.
Yeah, but the pavilion was destroyed on the 20th of January, 1046 BC. King Wu of Zhao, he launched a violent attack on the Zhang capital. I don't even know, can't pronounce that. As part of the Battle of Mue, Zhao quickly defeated the Zhang, and the last king of Zhang, King Zhao, retreated to the pavilion and set it on fire, burning it and himself along with his jewels as the result of the defeat.
It's my wine pool. Nobody else gets my jewels too. Meat forest, mine. Set it on fire.
That sounds like such a king thing to do.
They're like,
A crazy king thing to do.
beta.
Like it's basically the end of Robin Hood when King Prince John and his snake friend are burning down the castle. The snake's like, "You burned down your mother's castle," and he flips out.
Yeah. I remember what was Lord of the Rings. What was it?
Yeah, Denethor.
The crazy guy, he went kind of crazy and he was eating like those apples. Really weird.
Denethor.
No,
Yeah,
it was-
steward of Gondor.
He's like eating cherry tomatoes in half.
Like a human.
Like
Like
no,
in 4K with the microphones really, really close.
it was nasty.
It's like Peter
Anyways,
Jackson's like,
You could see, Peter Jackson's like, I want to see the pores in his skin. I want you to be so many details in that cherry tomato.
well, that was a film.
Yeah.
That was recorded on film. So film has all the information. It's not a digital medium.
Right.
It's a chemical
Yeah, but
medium.
he kind of went crazy, set himself on fire, and jumped off.
Hang on. I want to talk about this scene a little bit more.
No.
Now listen.
Clay has to get back with
Now,
this
hang
thing.
on.
Oh, come on.
Peter
you can't get
Jackson
into
told that
detail.
actors like, for this scene, you're just eating food, and this hobbit, this little short man's gonna sing you a song as you eat food. You're like, but you're crazy. Can you eat food in a kind of a crazy way and look a little deranged? He's like, oh, I can do that. That's exactly what he does. Oh man.
Yeah, there's not much left. This marked the end of the Zhang dynasty and the beginning of the Zhao dynasty. And that's all.
Oh, that was it.
Yeah, that was it.
Wine pool. Wow.
Of dark complexion.
I wonder if dark complexion.
That's what he said. It was physically dark.
Yeah, I was thinking of like it would be like red wine, and that's kind of dark.
Oh
I
yeah,
guess,
yeah.
But it could have been like the other kind.
Like the red wine or the pink wine or white wine.
Yeah, the white.
It's not real wine. If
Or
it's-
black wine, if that exists.
It probably does.
That sounds like a fantasy thing.
black wine.
It's not real wine if it ain't red.
Yep.
It ain't real wine unless I can dip my body into it and float around.
But I found that neat because in Avatar: The Last Airbender, the Earth Kingdom is supposed to be China, and they had a group of people there called the Zhao and the Zhang, and they hated each other.
Oh,
And when I was reading up about the Zhang, it mentioned that they do like this fortune telling where they throw a bone into a fire and watch it crack, and that tells them the future somehow. And they did that in Avatar as well. Like the lady, she threw it in, and she's like, "Aang, you're gonna have a great and awesome battle deciding the fate of the world." And he's like, "I knew that already."
This has been your bi-weekly catch up with Last Vendor.
yeah. Tune in next time when we go over episode 79, where Aang does the trick with his little pebble. He makes the pebble spin.
Yeah.
And everyone's impressed.
And sends Zhao back in time.
Xiao goes back in time to his pool.
Yeah.
And he's like, Aang, I've been waiting. Jump on in. The wine it's warm.
A bone told me you'd come.
Are you guys ready to play a trivia game?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Who wants to play? Who wants to have a budget with 2 digits in it? I'm your host. I keep hitting my knee on this table. I'm your host, Isaac Anderson, the host of the show. Let's play the game. Clay.
So ready for this? I can feel it.
For 10 points. What animal produces its own suntan lotion?
Oh, I know this one.
What?
Oh, you do?
I do.
Okay, if he doesn't get it, I'll give it to you.
Clay gets one phone call, so he could call.
Oh,
me.
yeah, you get a phone call.
Ring, 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 ring.
Hello.
Hey Max, what animal produces its own suntan lotion?
Oh, that's pretty easy. It's beavers.
I'm gonna say hippopotamus.
Oh, come on.
The answer is hippopotamus.
What?
Wow, Clay, I'm glad you read my secret message.
It wasn't which one makes, like we can get from. This animal actually produces its own suntan lotion.
Like it sweats suntan lotion?
It sweats something that makes it's like suntan lotion.
Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking like hippos are, they're in Africa. It's hot. There's
Hot
do
in
you call-
Africa.
what do you call
That's
the number?
only a hot
Did you
country.
Did you just guess, Clay?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
Joshua. Who was eaten by dogs in the Old Testament?
Jezebel?
Correct. Josh, you
Yeah.
get 10 points as well.
Yes.
Nice.
Well, I was trying to think, is there more than one person? Is this a trick question?
Maxwell,
Yeah, what's up?
what is the world's tallest grass?
Bamboo.
Correct for 10 points.
Man.
All of you for the first time ever.
To be honest, anybody could have guessed that.
Anyone could have guessed that. That was
Anybody,
that was actually actually 5 points.
I would have guessed Bermuda.
Come on.
It's like I would have guessed Bermuda.
Hey, I didn't choose the question. I just got it right, so I deserve 10 points.
Yeah.
Isaac,
What'd you say?
I said you're fat and you have body odor.
Clay.
Oh.
Which acid was first prepared
LSD.
from distilled red ants?
Oh, my goodness.
Think Ender's Game. Do you know anything about Ender's Game?
No.
Okay.
No.
Then that will not help you.
I guess hydrochloric acid.
The answer is formic acid.
Ah.
Oh, man.
Formic is the Latin word for ant.
Formic, because it's made of red
And
ants.
in Ender's Game,
Form it because it's made of ants.
in Ender's Game, the aliens were called the Formics because they look
And
like ants.
Does that
was
mean
that explained through exposition in the book?
Yeah.
Okay.
Joshua, what are camel-haired brushes made of?
So is like camel hair like a brand?
The
This is
question
some kind of
is,
misleading wording.
what are camel-haired brushes made of?
Then I remember this is that extremely sketchy list that you keep bringing up every episode. It's probably made of camel hair.
Is your answer is camel hair?
No, Josh.
It can't be camel hair. That's
Josh,
too
the
dumb.
answer.
Josh, it's penguins.
It can't be that hard.
I'm gonna try platypus hair.
You're going to try platypus hair.
Yeah.
The answer is squirrel tails.
Okay.
I would have guessed camel.
So if you go to the store and pick up a camel hair brush, it's actually made of squirrel tail.
Yeah.
That's dumb, man.
Okay.
That's dumb.
Typically, they call it, a squirrel sable brush is
Okay.
what I've seen. Sable brushes.
Okay.
Maxwell,
Yeah.
how did the Greek dramatist Aeschylus die? How did this guy, this Greek dramatist you know about?
Asphyxiation.
How'd he die?
Asphyxiation.
No, think. This guy was a dramatist.
A dramatist?
Get creative. How'd he die?
What is a dramatist?
Dehydration.
Okay, a guy that performs in dramas. I'm
Yes,
assuming.
a dramatist.
So he's Greek.
Greek.
What's his name?
It doesn't matter.
I think it matters, Isaac.
It's a name with too many vowels in it.
It's a guy that once was alive.
I'll
and now
try it
is
again.
Dead.
I'll try it.
All right.
Aeschylus,
Okay, well that narrows things down.
Forgive us if we murdered your name, Aeschylus.
who's
But
dead.
you're already dead, so.
No one cares. Maybe his
Did you
mom
say-
cares.
You said how he dies or how he's murdered?
How has he died?
How's he died?
How was he die?
How was he die?
He probably was performing his act. Everybody loved him. Encore, kind of situation. He felt real good about himself, but he was also really, really hungry. So he probably went backstage to get a quick snack. And, back then, it sounds like from back then, I don't know the time era, but he was probably eating a chicken bone, then choked.
Lunch. A chicken bone.
Died on a chicken bone. That's my guess.
An eagle dropped a tortoise on his head.
Oh, that was my next guess, Isaac.
What?
A freaking eagle dropped a turtle on him.
He told such a bad joke. And the eagle's like, that's it. I was going to eat this thing, but...
This is outside of God's nature.
This is in Greece, right?
This is in Greece, yeah.
You see that man down there?
Get him. Kill him with this turtle.
The tortoise is pleading with the eagles, like, drop me on that man now.
Please. Like, but tortoise, you'll die.
Isaac-
It's worth it.
How was I supposed to know that? How was I supposed to know that, huh?
Clay, who said, public service is my motto?
I'm gonna guess Al Capone.
Ooh, that's a good guess.
The answer is Al Capone.
What? Are you serious?
Dude,
yeah.
what?
Did you guess that?
Yeah,
Are you serious?
because I remember you had the soup kitchen thing.
Yeah, well, he had the soup kitchen thing.
you
Max
had
talked
it.
about soup kitchens.
Yeah.
Dude,
I was almost saving this for Max because of that.
I would have guessed Al.
Wow.
Al Capone. I mean, who else?
Who else would say public service is his motto? I mean, what a nice guy.
Public
service is my motto.
That's such a gangster
service.
thing to say.
So, Clay, you've answered 2 questions. Joshua.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like he
Yeah.
like, please stop, please. Please stop. Which country first used the fountain pen?
France.
The answer is Egypt.
Okay.
And Maxwell,
Give me a good one, please.
you want a good one?
No, not like that. Give me
You
not
want
like
a-
that.
you want a
Don't give him a
one?
good one.
Just give me a normal one, like you would give a little hitchhiker.
Give a little hit. Come here.
Come here.
Give him one. What's so funny?
Maxwell.
What is going on?
Just spit it out.
Who was known as the Little Brown Saint.
Oh, that man, you mean the little brown saint?
That's so mean. That's so mean.
Little brown saint?
Who was known as the Little Brown Saint, Maxwell?
Anybody?
Could be
No,
Barack
it has to
Obama.
be a little brown guy.
Can I have,
No, he was normal sized.
Yeah.
can I
mean-
have a time frame?
The time frame?
I mean, Barack Obama was normal sized in all the photos and videos you've seen of him.
oh.
I've never met him.
I've never seen him in real life.
Have you ever heard him called the Little Brown Saint?
No.
Josh, you're so racist.
So this is probably close to 150 years ago,
All right.
I think.
I'm going to guess.
Joe Biden.
That's a good guess. That's a good guess.
Let's just go through all
The
the.
little brown saint Well, it sure does narrow it down, Isaac. I think I know exactly who this is. Maybe Napoleon. He was little. I don't know if he was brown.
Under certain lighting conditions.
He's been around since World War II.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What?
Okay,
still
Clay.
alive?
Clay leaned over. He knows more about this person than I do.
He's been around since World War II.
I mean, he's dead now, but
He died.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But,
yeah. Give you a closer time frame.
okay, because I was thinking like way back then.
Boy, Max, you must be starved to find out this answer.
It was Hitler, wasn't it? It was Hitler.
No. No.
It's probably the opposite of Hitler.
Was it, what's his name? We have a holiday about him? Martin Luther?
No. He's a playable character in Civilization.
What?
Oh, for real?
No, I
not
know
gonna
who
know
he
then.
is.
How do you guys know? I don't play Civilization.
Who is
Good.
it? Who is it, Josh?
Is it Gandhi?
It's Gandhi.
What? Yes.
Gandhi was known as the Little Brown Saint.
Makes sense. He was little, he's brown, and he's a saint.
Was he brown?
Kind of brown, you know?
I mean, he was Indian, but
right. So he's brown.
All right. Well, I had no clue. So
wow. Thank you all for playing this special racist edition of Who Wants to Have a Budget with 2 digits in it. I've been your host, Isaac Anderson. Thank you. Don't cancel us. That was probably the most fun I've ever had in a quiz show. I mean, I enjoyed myself thoroughly.
I'm sure you did, Isaac.
I did very, very much. On our first quiz show, Max, I don't think you were here, but this quiz thing, we've gone on the record saying that it's not, its reputation has been called into question several times.
Yes.
One of the questions was, where is London Bridge today?
Have they moved it?
In yo mama's fridge.
Yo mama's fridge. But you know the song London Bridge is
That's
falling
a big
down.
fridge.
Yeah, I know that
Remember that song, you know? Because it was actually falling down, and London had a big problem. So this was around,
Why was the song so happy?
I don't know,
Because it's happy. It's sung by children, Josh.
I
You want
guess.
children to be
Sung-
sad?
sung by
Yes.
babies.
London Bridge.
So London Bridge was fixed several times. And around the 60s, late 60s, it was once again beginning to fall down. Because the weight of traffic and cars and just things that were never meant to be carried over this bridge were causing some trouble. And so the Lord Mayor of London was like, we got a serious problem here. We got this bridge about to fall over. I mean, there's a whole song about it, but I don't want it to actually fall down. They decide we're going to tear down the whole thing. And then someone there's like, hey, hang on a minute here. Hang on a minute. You know how people try to sell the bridge in San Francisco?
Twice.
You know? Yeah, you know that?
You mean
No, that was the Eiffel Tower.
you mean actual con artists?
Yeah, con guy's like, hey, you want to buy this bridge? It's my bridge. I'll sell it to you.
yeah.
Sure. No problem, buddy.
People do that. So they're like, what if we actually sell the bridge? That's a great idea. Who wants to buy this bridge? I'll tell you who. There is a man. He's probably think he's still alive. His name is Robert P. McCulloch. McCulloch.
This isn't the same guy that sold the Eiffel Tower twice.
No. So this is in the 60s.
Okay.
This is almost the 70s. This is almost Star Wars. Star Wars has almost come out.
So when that
George
comes
Lucas
out,
is working on it.
he's planned it to where it comes out. Everybody forgets about the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, if Star Wars hadn't come out, this would be the big thing everyone
Right.
remembered.
This would be Star Wars.
This is Star Wars. So this guy, he bought a bunch of land in Arizona, about a little over 3,000 acres around Lake Havasu.
Hasavu?
Or
Gesundheit.
Havasu. I think it's Havasu.
Havasu.
Havasu. So, Robert,
You gotta sue, and you get a sue,
and you get half a sou.
Robert's like, I'm going to buy all this land because the land was very cheap. He got it for a good deal. He's like, I'm going to develop this land. I'm going to sell property. I'm going to build a community right here in Havasu.
Okay.
It's great. But
Havasu.
Havasu.
no one was coming. He's like, how can we get people to come to this area? And his buddy's like, I heard over in London, the Lord Mayor in London, they got a problem with London Bridge. They're trying to sell it. What if we buy London Bridge and put it here in Lake Havasu?
Dude.
How do you? How?
So the guy's on record. He said, let's see if I can find his exact. He says, "That's the craziest idea I've ever heard, but I like it."
I like it.
So after consideration, they decided to go ahead and purchase the bridge for $2.46 million.
2.46 million?
Yes.
That's it?
That's it.
That's it?
That doesn't cost transporting it. So they decided, so the way they're going to transport it, they're going to take it apart brick by brick, number all the bricks,
No. Are
What?
you serious?
have a diagram like this brick went here, that brick went there,
What?
this one went next to this one.
So it's like a Lego set.
They made a giant freaking bridge Lego, got a brand new ship that was just made, ready to ship things. And they're like, hey, for your very first shipment, can you just bring the London Bridge?
Wow.
Like in pallets? Like, sure, we can do that.
Yeah.
And so they bring London Bridge down the Panama Canal, around America, up to California, got it on trucks, and drove them off to Arizona.
What?
Yes. And then they spent 3 years putting London Bridge back together with the new supports and new, foundations to
Is it
help
even
it.
over a river?
No.
It's just sitting in the open?
They put it in the open, then they dug a river underneath it later.
What? Why?
Because it'd be too hard. Like, listen, he has his little community, has these houses he wants to build over here, neighborhoods and cities and towns.
Yeah, sure.
And there's already water over there. It wouldn't be hard to get a nice little river coming through this way.
What about like a Panda Express? Can we not
Put it
talk
under
about,
a Panda Express.
can we not talk about like good food trains that bring people?
Why not put it like on one of the? I don't know. Is there like a small gap you could put it over
You
the
could do a
Grand Canyon?
freaking PF Chang's, and people would come for that.
What's a PF Chang's?
This is the 70s, Max. Star Wars hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
People
sure
think, what gets people to towns?
How
The
about
song London Bridge is falling down. That will bring them running.
fall into Arizona?
Music has
They
power.
were specifically trying to attract old people and retirees.
No,
Because
for
they're
that-
the ones with the money.
For that,
I guess.
In-N-Out burger. That's all you need.
This is before Star Wars, Maxwell.
All right, then how about McDonald's?
Before Star Wars.
McDonald's was around before.
Yeah,
Star
that
Wars.
McDonald's, yeah. So after they didn't want to build it in water. They wanted to build it on dry land so it's easier and stronger. And then they dug the canal later.
This is so dumb.
And you know what? This is before Star Wars. It freaking worked.
What do you mean it worked? Of course it worked. It was over nothing.
Everyone started buying land to be next to London Bridge.
No, they didn't.
It is a thriving community right now.
So I
He
can go-
made his money back and more from the purchase and shipment of London Bridge.
All right, so
Wow.
you're saying I could go down to Arizona right now and see the London Bridge?
You can go right now and check out.
Are you joking me right now?
Hang on, the picture's loading. Behold London Bridge in Arizona.
Oh wow.
I was expecting something a bit more spectacular.
It's an old bridge. It's not a nice bridge.
I was actually anticipating 100% less water.
Yeah, me too.
So this is
that does not look like Arizona.
this is after it was built and the reservoir was dug out in 1973.
Oh, cool.
What if they put
So
it?
this is before they built anything else. They built this thing first. So
they built it, put it in place, and someone was like, "Wait a minute, shouldn't there be water underneath?
should we take water now?
How about we get water from London?"
The first day of construction, when they dug the first foundation, the Lord Mayor of London flew to Arizona to kind of like, this is a good moment for Arizona, and this godforsaken lake in the middle of nowhere. May many retirees come and build future Panda Expresses in this area.
So they did it for the meme.
There are no memes. What are you
That's
talking about?
basically a meme.
Memes have always existed. We have
So
only
here's
recently
London
been
Bridge
calling
when it was
them
first
memes.
made in the 1800s.
Okay, show me a picture of it now.
And here is a picture of it today.
For those at home, it's just this brown, gray bridge.
Open up Microsoft Paint, get the fill tool, and select the color brown, and just click in the center.
Like, because
You'll get the
But it
exact
feels-
image that just
It's kind
loaded.
of sad. It's kind of been paved now with like asphalt. So
so it pretty much looks like just a normal bridge
yeah,
that
but
you would see everywhere.
it has a plaque on there.
Yeah.
a sign that says London Bridge.
Disclaimer: there are a few more shades of brown than you anticipate.
Like 3 of them.
Yeah, I thought it would be like red because they're British.
Yeah, like maybe some nice bricks to it or something, but it just looks like a highway bridge. I'm sorry.
So here's some pop culture about this bridge. In 1985, a made-for-TV movie, Bridge Across Time, a supernatural crime drama, used the relocation of the bridge as a plot device. In the film, the spirit of Jack the Ripper was somehow transported to 1980s Arizona along with the stone from London Bridge, resulting in a murder spree.
That's
Wait.
dumb.
Wait, so like Jack is Ripper Jack is like a ghost, and he got moved with the bridge.
He got moved with the bridge and got transported through time. So it's Ripper Jack, like not ghost, like alive.
Who's Ripper Jack?
He's the bad guy who ripped people.
He rips him off.
Jack the Ripper.
No, like he murdered them.
He murders
okay.
it was actually a very serious, like, it was bad. This dude was a bad dude.
He was a super villain.
So
he was
didn't-
a Spider-Man level villain.
I want to be a super villain when
So he didn't like sell people watermelons and then for like $50 and be like, "Ha, ripped you off."
There was
Walmart stickers I peeled off these babies.
here's another one in the 1993 film Falling Down. Detective Pendergast plans to move to Lake Hazava with his wife. He sings the London Bridge tune to calm her down. Honey, we're moving to Lake Hazava.
Are you depressed? Let me sing you a song.
Calm down, honey. Don't tell me to calm down.
London Bridge is for...
Shut up, Henry.
I'm not moving to Hazava.
You're making me more depressed.
I'm going to Arizona, where I can get away from British things.
There's not even a P.F. Chang there.
Quite.
I want to be.
All they have is a freaking bridge.
Jack ripped us off.
Jack. What the heck, Jack?
It's not even.
Oh.
Okay, that's pretty. Okay, where in Arizona is it?
Lake Hazava.
Well, what is that near?
Let me go up here.
I don't know Arizona very well.
It's like on the border of California. It's like right next to California.
So it's like near San Francisco. I meant Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. Yeah.
Oh, one more thing before I leave. I watched a video about paleontology and weird things they found in the past. And they found an ancient Babylonian tablet that someone wrote something. Whoa. It was like a note.
What brand? Like Apple? Samsung?
Clay. Your name and the thing. Stop.
Oh. Man. He like
So it was a message to their supervisor. And it says...
I can imagine a couple of dumb things it would say.
It's just a receipt.
I am not getting water for my sesame field. The sesame will die. Do not tell me later you did not write to me. The sesame is visibly dying.
And it's your fault.
Ibby Librat saw it. The sesame will die, and I have warned you. That's the note.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Some archaeologists found this, like, guys, this is some holy religious thing, I bet. It's an angry note.
The sesame is dying.
This tells me that people have always been people. Like, forever.
Oh, man.
Oh man,
That's pretty funny. I always think about, like, what were people like way back then? You think about it, and there's no change.
I mean,
There can't be any change.
customs have changed.
Yeah, like, barely.
Traditions have changed. But
Yeah.
people, like who a person is, what they like, what they don't like, has always been the same.
Yeah.
Their personalities have always been the same.
who's the
They had
famous?
to have been.
Who is the famous stage play guy?
Shakespeare?
Shakespeare. What if people are gonna like? I think Shakespeare's play is so overrated.
Have you ever watched a Shakespeare play?
No, I was thinking like
I used to think that way about Shakespeare. And then I saw a Shakespeare play. And it was great.
yeah. I was
Isaac.
wondering, did people back then have those kind of opinions and stuff?
Isaac,
Would they debate about things they liked,
you're not.
like
They probably
a lot of
did.
internet people do today?
Oh, yeah, I bet they did.
You're not trying to pretend to be a Shakespeare fan, are you?
Listen, I have never read any of his plays.
Are you
I have,
subbed
I have
to the
seen I have seen a production of Romeo and Juliet that was way better than I thought it was going to be. And I saw a live production of The Taming of the Shrew, which was fantastic.
How do they talk though?
Like Shakespeare. It was exactly Shakespeare.
I
It
just
wasn't a version. It was exactly Shakespeare.
I saw in English class in school, we had to watch Macbeth.
Right. How old were you?
18.
Watch it again now.
But listen, it took place during World War II,
Okay, that's bad.
and they still talked like Shakespeare.
Oh,
What doth thou whateth thine self?
doth thyself?
Listen, I was able to track with everything. I never got lost.
Oh,
the acting was so good. The sets were so good. Everything was great.
The news with Josh Anderson.
The news. Before I start with the news, I think I'd like to start with something pretty heartfelt. You actually get reviews on Apple Podcasts, but no other platform does that.
Yeah, on Apple's, that's the only place, that's the last place in the world you can tell someone they suck
Yeah,
with no repercussions.
because nobody can reply. We have a review called Radness, 5 stars. I listened with no expectations while doing chores. My expectations were exceeded, and before the episode was over, my chores were done. I asked myself, what happened? Myself said, TanPants happened. Thanks for the great entertainment.
Hey, listen, chores are bad. Chores are not, I mean,
I think chores,
when man fell, when we took the apple from woman and snake, and God said, "You're in trouble now." Chores is one of the curses.
Oh yeah, it said that you got to work by the sweat of your brow.
Yeah, chores.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. The woman should have been in the kitchen where she belongs.
Oh dear, there were no kitchens.
Another 5-star review labeled bodacious.
Ooh,
with an exclamation point. Love the authenticity of the show. Nothing better than kicking off back.
said, whoa.
Nothing better than kicking back on a long drive listening to.
kicking back.
Kicking back.
Okay.
Nothing better than kicking back on a long drive listening to TanPants! Exclamation mark.
Nice. I hope you're not actually kicking back as you're driving, but
No, do.
They have a Tesla.
you're fine.
Oh, yeah.
Kick back. You're fine.
Next one is cool guys, 5 stars. These guys are pretty nifty with an exclamation point.
Nifty.
What does that even mean?
What does nifty mean?
Does that just means we're unique or something?
No, nifty means like,
Like neat.
We're neat.
do you want to peel apples faster?
Okay.
Get this nifty little doodad. It chops all the apples.
Right.
Yeah, Isaac, I think that's exactly what he meant by nifty. I think you nailed the head. You nailed the nail on the head.
The last one. Wait a second.
Did we just get one? A new one just popped in?
No, I just noticed that 3 of these were made all on the same day.
What day?
But what does that mean? I mean, it's July 4th last year.
Last year, July 4th? So these are old reviews.
Yeah, I haven't
dude.
checked them, man.
So these are people who gave us a review a year ago and stopped listening because we never responded. And now,
Oh, no.
It all comes out now. It's
Wait, so was,
after all this time,
was that the 4th of July podcast?
yeah.
I don't know.
it must have, because July 5th, that's the 4th of July podcast.
Anyway, last one is love the Zoo Fries guys. These guys are great. 5 stars, period.
Who are the Zoo Fries guys?
We are the Zoo Fries guys.
I don't know who they're talking about.
Don't know.
don't know.
That's
well,
gotta be
when
your
I
dad.
when I distributed the podcast, it was like, what is the creator's name of the podcast? So I was like, who's the creator of the podcast? I just said Zoo Fries.
Okay.
Dude, it says TanPants Zoo Fries.
Now we can go on to
Adjective.
the news.
The news.
The news. Italian mafia boss was caught via Google Maps.
What?
He was caught.
Listen, it's not hard to find a mafia boss. You find the nearest Italian
I guess
restaurant.
so.
The one that has the
Now the picture does look like an Italian restaurant.
I'm not joking. This tall man in a black t-shirt and jeans doing some deals with this other man in a collared shirt.
They're exchanging.
See,
some
Italian mafia
substance.
boss sighting going down right there.
Some kid was like, I'm just looking around Google Maps. Hey, oh, look at that. I think it's a mafia boss.
That's how Italian
Is-
people talk.
Is that Google? Are you being Google?
I made a little kid.
That's what little kids sound like to you.
It's like, I'm looking at Google Maps.
Hey, my small child. I'm looking at Google Maps in my spare time.
Oh, look at that. It looks like a mafia box.
TikTok is too slow for me. I need something faster.
If we move over to French, there's a new law that requires car companies to put out commercials to tell people to walk or bike instead of taking cars.
Hang on, you said if we move to French?
I mean, last article was in Italy. Now we're moving over to France.
Okay, so in
News in
France,
France now.
legally, car companies need to say,
Walk or bike instead.
Car companies are telling people not to buy their cars.
because the
Is that-
environment's bad.
Is that what you're telling me?
Sucks. It's kind of sucks on
Then
their
why
part.
are you making cars, huh?
Yeah.
Because people don't want to walk or bike.
That's true. Stupid.
Well, cars are very
The
loud.
government is you saying like, you got to warn your customers of negative effects that might happen because of your products.
What?
Like driving recklessly.
What about eating snails, you idiots?
We're getting fat.
Yeah. That's like a. That's
Or
like
letting rats cook your food. I saw that movie.
What? Oh, that's right. Yeah, what the heck is
Come
wrong with
on!
you people?
letting rats eat your food.
Did you see the live action version of that? Where
are
the
you
guy's on
talking
the other
about?
one's shoulders. He's
Rat's cooking
he's got the rat mask on. He's got the other guy.
It's on his head, pulling his hair, and he's like shuffling around.
He's like, they're playing
And
the
they
music.
eventually just fall in the corner of the kitchen and start screaming.
You need to play that. You need to play that for everybody to see
so
that.
funny.
Because I doubt anybody knows what we're talking about.
Reptile hailed as the world's first four-legged snake. It turns out just to be a lizard.
What?
So
They were just examining this new found species of reptile. It's like, it's a snake. It's got 4 legs.
It's the first snake with 4 legs.
Listen,
Wait,
like-
isn't that just a lizard?
yeah. A snake's defining characteristic, what makes it a snake, is its lack of all limbs.
Yeah, says you.
I
would still believe.
I'm imagining like a really young, like a Zoomer or a little millennial or some child
Yeah.
in the field, like, look
look
at
at that.
this.
This is
Get
a
on
new
TikTok. It's the first-legged snake. Look at its eyes. It's got snake eyes.
Isaac.
That's just a lizard.
Look at that. It's a snake over there.
That snake right there, he looked like he got 4 legs. It's the first 4-legged snake.
You're kind of going to like the Yogi Bear.
Hey, boo-boo, look at that snake there.
Indian.
Indian Yogi Bear can't hurt you. He's not real.
There's a lady in Ontario who stole a $3 protein bar. And Ontario has been trying for 3 years to put her in court, but they failed. She
How?
got away with it.
Did she just not show up?
I don't know.
You see,
People were just like, it's just a $3 protein bar.
This is what's wrong with Canada.
You've been trying to fire her from her position for 3 years.
Wait. She's working for the company she stole from?
Yeah. Wait. Hold on. Wait a second.
first it's a candy bar. Next it'll be sunscreen.
The city of Ontario was certain that police records specialist. Oh, she's a police record specialist. So she works for the city, like a state or city.
She should know better.
She's a cop.
She's a cop.
She should know better.
She had pilfered a $3 protein bar from a convenience store in 2018, and the officials tried to fire her. But she denied that she ever took the bar.
I didn't take it.
I brought it from home.
And then left it there because they matched the other ones.
And I ate it really quickly in the
And I
corner.
made sure it was the same one I put.
They searched her car.
We're searching your
turned
car,
up,
Shannon.
They turned up a wrapper from some string cheese that she had purchased, as well as the receipt for the string cheese, but no protein bar or wrapper.
What is it? Where's the protein bar? I know you bought it. This is a string
A grainy video.
Captain, I know that Sharon, I saw her in my eyes. Sharon took the protein bar and ran to her car, ate it really quickly, and I think she ate the wrapper too to hide the evidence.
No, I didn't.
A grainy video of the alleged theft, which revealed Zapruder-like scrutiny. What is Zapruder? I'm just gonna skip that. They're just trying to be funny with words. And the judge was like, the judge said this is grainy footage.
This could be any overweight woman named Sharon working for the police.
See, look, it's proof. They go, look, you gotta zoom in really, really close.
It's Shannon. Look. Look at her face.
Wait, I'm imagining the guy from like Incredibles. It's like he put the tack on my chair.
Oh yeah.
Right there. Coincidence? I think not.
I was just thinking, it just pulls up the footage of
Look,
Bigfoot.
she takes the bar right there. No, right there. I don't know how she did it, but that little rat's lying.
Texas law enforcement officials arrest a drunk while driving suspect with a lit barbecue pit in his truck bed.
Is this like the same guy who had the oven in his back seat?
Probably. No, I don't think so.
He strikes again.
But that guy wasn't
oven
drunk,
man.
and he was moving it because he didn't know it was on.
So this guy is drunk,
He drunk while driving.
and he's like, listen, the ribs need another 3 hours. I know, I just want to go to the party. So I just loaded the back of my truck, and he's still going. Open the window, we're fine. We're fine.
Did anything happen to the car? Or did he catch fire to something?
It sparked a large fire.
Where?
A large fire.
That's just what at the end of the
Like just to his car, to the surrounding area.
probably just set a large fire, man. That's probably yes.
And he's like, the barbecue's still not done yet. Listen,
not.
put out the fire, but leave
And
leave
he's
the
just
meat
here
alone.
for 10 more minutes.
Like, what were you doing with a lit grill in your truck?
I'm going to a drug party with my friends.
He's
Officer.
He's like, obviously, I'm grilling meat.
He's like, officer, I know that you guys like protein bars. And he reaches into his jacket and pulls out some
I got it for $3.
$3 at the local store. I give them to you for free.
That's that's kind of expensive for a protein bar.
$3.
$3. $3 for a protein bar?
And they've been trying to get that woman since 2018.
Los Angeles police officers fired for ignoring a robbery to catch a Snorlax in Pokemon Go.
It's only protein bars.
They're just stealing protein bars. I mean, honestly, what would the cop do? Because in Los
don't know.
Angeles, it you can steal things now. It's fine.
Yeah, it's completely.
Yeah.
You're allowed to steal things.
Officers like, there's standards.
Officers like, I have standards.
He said, give me 1 second while I catch
Hang on.
Pokemon.
Like he gets a call like, officers, go in there and take him out. Did they steal enough stuff? They might have.
If it's
Sir,
under,
I'm going to tell you right now, I have a choice between going to this call and getting a bunch of people mad at me or catching a freaking Snorlax. Guess which one I'm going to do?
it's like, oh, heck yeah, the Snorlax.
Snorlax!
Wait. Is the Snorlax even like that rare to find? Is it rare?
Yeah.
It is.
So it was worth it.
Yeah, I think
yeah.
so. I never caught one when I played.
Dude.
What's surprising is they're still playing Pokemon Go.
Yeah, that's surprising. Yeah.
Yeah, grown men. Pff, what's up with you?
Nintendo's
I
still
don't
making
play
a lot
that.
of money off that.
Yeah, I think like 10 to 20 million people still play.
When it first came out, I was in Orlando and I downloaded it for about 7 minutes.
And how was it?
I got bored very quickly.
You sure didn't grow up with Pokemon.
I did not grow up with Pokemon. My roommate who did was like, you don't understand. He's right there. I gotta go. And then he runs outside. I didn't see him for 3 days.
He just disappeared.
He came back. He's like,
into the Florida.
he returns tan, beautiful, glowing. He's like, my phone battery died, but then I found real Pokemon.
He entered my mind.
My mind.
Did Tesla adds chill and assertive self-driving modes.
Hey, being assertive.
I'm not sure I want my automatic car to be assertive.
Yeah.
I would go all the way, man.
I would
Aggressive?
rather mine be sassy.
Sassy.
Yeah.
Oh no, you did it.
Blinker. Oh, never mind. Blinker. Oh, never mind.
Oh, I did.
I would assume you want
Yeah.
the brakes about now.
I'd be like, Tesla, take me to the gym. It's like, it's about time you finally start going there.
So this behavior in the AI or whatever it does, it turns lanes quicker and it gets closer to cars, basically.
That's still a little scary.
Dude, that's kind of funny. It's like you could maybe they had to maybe probably
Be more sassy.
maybe they changed the name from like road rage to assertive because that would be funnier if they said road rage or something.
You know that movie Interstellar with that robot? They could turn up the percentage of
Yeah.
of
Humor.
humor. Yeah, it's kind of like that on a Tesla. Turn up
Knock,
the
knock.
assertiveness. Hey, you know what's cool about Tesla? They're owned by Tesla, and they make Teslas.
Yeah, man.
You know, every other car brand, they own a couple different brands and they make a couple different things, like every single one of them. But Tesla's the only one that's like, we make Teslas and we own Tesla.
So if I walk up to Honda and I say, "Can you add some more cup holders?" They say, "We don't make those cars."
They say this is actually Wendy's.
Like
It's
Ford.
Toyota.
This is literally.
No, wait.
Yeah.
Is it? Wait, it's Honda is a separate company, right?
Think so. I had a chart actually.
Max can
Like
pull up his
Ford,
chart.
Ford owns Ford and Lincoln.
Okay.
So
They own Abraham Lincoln?
they own Abraham Lincoln.
Wow. I think the man fought slavery and now he's owned.
Honda makes Acura and Honda.
Yeah, Toyota makes a Lexus.
Toyota makes Lexus
That's why they're good cars.
and has some stake in Subaru and Suzuki.
Toyota makes, I don't know how I was about to say, they make Honda Civic, right?
No.
No, Honda
Yeah.
makes the Honda Civic.
Yeah. That's why Toyotas are pretty good because they do their luxury and then they do their normal. And it's all Japan usually. The newer ones, I think they have some parts that are scattered, China and stuff like that. But you want the Japan Toyotas. Those are the good ones.
Well, they're all like made here now. Like with the USMCA, it's required 85% of the car has to be made within North America.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So Canada and stuff?
Canada, Mexico, United States. And so much of it has to be made in the US.
But anyway, did you know in Peru, giant spiders befriend small frogs because those frogs eat the bugs that try to get to their eggs?
That's kind of cute.
How do they befriend the frog?
Well, the frog it doesn't eat the eggs. It eats the bugs that try to eat the eggs. And the spider's like, you're all right.
You know what? I won't lay eggs inside you.
Yeah.
The
Like I
spider,
did this frog.
the spider's like, I never thought I'd die fighting beside a frog. And the frog's like, how about a friend?
And the spider eats him.
Ooh. That's pretty good, man. I think we should make our own play. I'll be the spider. You could be the frog. And Clay, you can be the deadly disease that brings us together.
What?
So insert political ideology here.
Exactly.
Thank you all for listening to another politically charged Tan Pants.
We hope you enjoyed it, and we hope you look forward to more to come, because there will be.
So much more, so much more. Next week, I'll be talking about wouldn't you like to know?
Don't forget to go to our merch shop and buy our tan pants. They come in 6 different colors.
Tan,
Blue, pink.
beige, sand.
No, there's no tan pants. Just blue, pink, purple, red, yellow.
But they all say Tan Pants on them.
Yeah. Contact us. Contact us if you want some merch.
And a large vocal thing to our Patreon supporters, Gil Stronculus, The Big Tyne, and Nathan Jr. You guys are legends.
You guys are legends.
All our listeners can become legends too if you only go to patreon.com.
And then you could get verbal things at the end of video.
That's right.
We will say verbs at you.
Verbal,
Like
yeah.
run.
You're not,
and
you're not selling this very well.
Run, Gil Stronculus. Duck, Nathan Jr. Get out of here. I'm joking.
Get out of here.
Anyway.
Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
Bye.